What's poppin', peeps? Welcome back to the Peep Lounge, where today our guest, sitting at over 33,000 subscribers on YouTube and at over 160,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. Rumor has it, he could be Batman. Have you seen him in the same room as Batman? I'm just saying, he is the Trap Jack Black, ladies and gentlemen, McGwire.
How's it going?
What's poppin', McGwire? I appreciate you taking time to hop on the Peep Lounge.
Yeah, no problem.
And like I said, off camera, like we just briefly spoke about off camera or off recording, and this interview is coming right on the heels of the charity concert that I recently put on, featuring yourself and a bunch of other talented musicians and artists. So I appreciate you taking time to do that concert as well. Your set was fantastic, man. Your set was literally fantastic. So I appreciate you taking time out to do that.
Thank you.
But how I normally start these off, Chief, is I want to hear the McGwire origin story. How did you wind up in this wacky world of nerdcore? Where did you start?
Well, McGwire started like 2018.
Okay.
McGwire's my middle name.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Lure on where the McGwire name comes from.
Yeah, and I don't know, I thought it sounded cool, and there was no one else on Spotify, oh my goodness, named McGwire.
Okay.
And that was just kind of the thinking behind it. And I just started making music because I had been making like cover songs and parody music for years. Yep. And I was like, I want to put out like a thing that is me. And I put out an album and it was fucking horrible. And, then I spent like a year or two in the YouTube rap scene. And then while that was happening, I was Cam Steady's editor.
Oh, gotcha.
I used to edit for video game rap battles.
Gotcha.
He was like, hey man, just like make nerdcore music. And I grew up listening to like, JT Machinima and Dan Bull. So some of the classics, the OGs, the nerdcore. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, why not? And that's why I'm here.
I was gonna say, I feel like I've heard from somewhere before where you said that you kind of got into nerdcore because of Camp Steady. Also, shout out to Camp Steady for gifting us the presents that is McGwire.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize. I thought you were just an overall homie of Camp Steady. I didn't realize you were actually the editor for some of his rap battles of when he used to do them more prominently back in the day. I think that's really, I was gonna say, because I watch your videos and every time I go down there it says like, oh, edited by me. I'm just like, I didn't realize McGwire had that shit like that, man. I didn't realize you had such a talent for editing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, you're good. Yeah, no, filmmaking was like the thing I wanted to do first before music. So that was like before you even considered music, you wanted to be like in the film industry, editing and all that kind of stuff. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, you can still technically do it. I mean, there's nothing stopping you now. Are you just not as are you more passionate about music now, or do you still want to try to get into like the film industry? Yeah, I think my my year in downtown Los Angeles kind of diminished my hopefulness about the industry. And I just really fucking love making music. And
hell yeah, dude.
Music, I can edit videos, I can make music videos, like I can do the whole
You can still show off that have that creative like outlet and still be in charge of like what you want to do, the stuff that you want, like what you want to like make music about, what you want to film, like all this other stuff. So you can still kind of have that aspect while making music. Which, by the way, McGwire makes pretty sounds. If you guys haven't checked, if you guys are a fan of the Peep Lounge, you guys might not be familiar with McGwire, which that would be crazy if that were the case. McGwire makes pretty sounds. He makes pretty sounds sound good. That's the best way to describe McGwire and his music. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about, because you have such like a unique voice in amongst artists in nerdcore, so much so that even if people hear you like in background vocals in a song, like you're not even like a featured artist, you just helped out in the background, but people just like snap of a finger, they just know it's you, and it's just like you're everywhere, man. I remember there was like a run where it's just like you couldn't open up like a Rustage song, even if you were a feature or not. Like you were in there somewhere, and it's just like then you started featuring on everybody. Like you're literally everywhere in nerdcore. You touch all aspects of the community. How are you not busy? Because I know you have your own like job too. Like I know you don't necessarily do music full time. How do you do all the music and all the features and your own music on top of all your real personal stuff, right? Because like I said, you're everywhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, as of yesterday, I'm actually full time with music.
As of yesterday?
As of yesterday,
shoot.
yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't do much else outside of those two things. I think is the big answer.
Yeah, I feel that.
I was either at work or making a song or like I don't know, doing something.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, it's so yeah, I wouldn't say I'm busy, but it's just because I'm only doing two things.
Oh yeah, those two things kind of just like make up all your time. So you don't have anything like really like outside of music. You don't have like any like hobbies or anything like that you also like to dabble in as well, or you just don't have time for that stuff. Do you not really make time?
I don't know. I mean, I try to. I think I've been trying to have like a more healthy work-life balance and like actually do things. Like after this, I'm gonna go like do karaoke in town. But I like I don't know. I like what I do, and I have my circle of friends all do what I do. So
shout out to the Holy Trinity, aka McGwire, Wolfboy, and Astrid. The Holy Trinity. They're like the Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man of the nerdcore community. How long, like, have you, Asterix and Wolfboy, have you guys been like lifelong friends, or
no.
like how did you guys meet?
I met Wolfboy through Aster, because Aster knew Wolfboy for longer. They went to like middle school and like early high school together.
Okay.
And Wolfboy was just like kind of known as like he was the music guy. He like he wanted to make EDM music, and so he was like generally known amongst the other people who wanted to make music. And I wanted to do a cover with Aster back in the day. I think it was like a Paramore song or something.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, yeah, let's go to this guy's house. I went to Wolfboy's house, and then Wolfboy and I became very close, and Aster ended up moving away. I wasn't even really close friends with Aster at that point. And then we reconnected when I moved back to the city I'm in, and now we're like all best friends.
I was gonna say, you guys are like inseparable. You guys, I see you guys always constantly together. It's almost like you guys are together 24/7, which I don't know your situation. I don't know if you guys really do be together 24/7, but it sure seems like
I mean, me and Aster live together. Wolf Boy lives with his fiance.
Oh, I didn't realize you and Aster live together.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And shout out to Wolf Boy and Aster too, both tremendous artists in their own right.
Incredible, yeah.
Absolutely. And they both bring something different to the table. So if you ain't tapped in with those two as well, make sure you guys get tapped in because they're both talented as well. But McGwire, one of the things that I had highlighted on this because somebody brought up to me in a previous Peep Lounge, I think it was one JHB.
Okay.
Because we were talking about we briefly talked about the NPC basketball game, and I brought out I came out saying like, hey, like I love basketball, but I'm terrible at it. Now, if it was tennis, that's my shit. I played tennis in high school, and JHB brought it to my attention that apparently you dabble in the tennis as well.
Yeah. I was on the varsity team in high school.
Say, that's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. So I gotta ask, why tennis? Because I get it from somebody who plays tennis, and it's probably not the most appealing sport. Like people just don't like. Oh, look at that! It's tennis. Like it's not. Doesn't really like. There's nothing really spectacular about it. So why tennis?
I mean, I think it was just because my mom played it. I think that was.
Oh, really? Your mom played it?
Yeah, my mom and her friend used to play it, and my dad was really into baseball, and my mom was really into tennis. And I started off playing baseball, and I was like scared of the ball and shit as a kid. And so they're like, "All right, well, let's transition him over to tennis." And I just kind of stuck with it.
So were you like the best on your team? You had to have been, right?
I was number 2. The number one on our team. The number one on our team was this kid. I won't say his name, but he was ranked. He was ranked number 4 on like the East Coast. So he was like, he was a phenom. Yeah, he was.
You know what?
Really
you know what?
good.
That's a very solid reason to be put at number 2. You know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But so here's the thing, because JHB recommended me to pitch this. What is the NPC tennis tournament? Like what I don't know. We gotta put some together, man.
I was gonna play tennis with Vinny from Rocket Music at NPC. It was, he got really busy. It sort of fell through, but like I was also a tennis coach after I played tennis, and so like I gave a lesson to Wolf Boy and Schwabity. So it's like, you know, I'm always open to the idea of a nerdcore tennis tournament.
I'm so down. Like, it's been like 5 years, but I'm so down. I
feel bad because it's just a race for second place for you guys.
Hey, whoa. Now that I'm in the picture, I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know, but I got the medals and the plaques to back the game up. It's been 5 years.
Yeah. And
I've become reasonably out of shape since then.
I mean, you're talking same deal.
But hey, I'm not afraid to lace up the sneakers and bust out the dusty racket if it requires me to.
You're on, bro.
Dude, we gotta make it happen. At some point, we gotta make it happen.
I think, I'm a little rusty. I think my serve can get into like the upper 80s and my out of shape.
Really?
I used to be able to get up nearish to 100.
Damn.
So
I might be out of my league then with that. God damn. Okay. I didn't realize McGwire had the skills like that. Because I thought maybe you had just played like tennis for fun. I didn't realize like you were part of like the whole varsity. You played competitive.
I was doing tournaments. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, dude. And here's the thing. I would have never, and I don't mean this in a bad way, I would have never have taken you to be a tennis player.
No, that's fair. I mean, that's totally fair.
I just like, off just first look, you don't really give off tennis player vibes, but yeah. But now that I know that you play tennis, it's just like, there's not a lot of people that I can talk to about about tennis. So now I feel like we got that like an instant like connection, the tennis connection between one another. But by the way, I think you might be better than me because I was ranked number 4 on my varsity team. Ooh. But I'm a number 1 doubles. I'm number 1 double. So you put me with somebody, I might be able to carry.
That's fair. And to be fair, I was only number 2 my senior year. Like I really sort of had to climb up there.
Oh, okay.
I'm good. I wouldn't say I'm like world class.
Hey, don't sell yourself short, man. You probably out there like Rafael Nadal or Federer out there.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna see you in like the next tennis, like big tennis Olympic sport. Or like Wimbledon or something like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you guys see McGwire in there.
Yeah.
But no, I just thought that was something cool that I found out from JHB that I never realized. Yeah, and we definitely gotta link up, whether it's like an NPC or if the stars align at some point.
Next NPC, bro.
Dude, I'm so down. Don't say that.
Scared.
Okay, buddy. Okay, I will fly first class just to beat you in tennis. I hope you know. I hope you know. But that's super dope. That's super dope. It's good. It's good to see that there's other tennis players out there.
Keep the dream alive.
Shout out to all the tennis players watching this episode right now. Let me know down in the comments if you're a tennis player. But I feel like a Nerdcore just. We have me and you put on this Nerdcore tennis tournament. Just watch how bad everybody else is, and then just me and you on the end, just like doing like 10-minute rallies back and forth.
I think you, me, Vinny, and Nem all played tennis in high school.
Oh, Vinny and Nem played tennis too?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I didn't realize Vinny and Nem were tennis players. Oh, dude, that's gonna make it even better. We can get a doubles game.
Yeah, I'm saying.
No. 2025 NPC. Who needs the basketball tournament when you guys can get the tennis tournament?
Yeah.
But it's probably not going to be as exciting, but it'll be fun. But yeah, that's super dope. That's super dope. But one thing, and I'll be asking these like repeatedly throughout the Peep Lounge. But I took to Twitter, as you might have seen. And I gathered a bunch of questions and topics. Talk about from the people who want to ask the burning question, or maybe they have a certain question that they've been wanting to ask you, and they never had an outlet to do so before. So I have a bunch of questions here lined up from artists, from fans alike, waiting to ask you the hard hitting questions. So with that being said, I got one from a person that me and you know both very well. Comes from Amethyst Witch. Shout out Tay Pat.
Yeah, shout out Tay.
Her question is very simple. Can I pet his dog? I didn't know you had a dog. But can she pet him?
Yeah, no, definitely. His name is Bear. He's a pug beagle mix.
There's no way.
A puggle.
There's no way. My parents have a dog named Bear.
Oh, that's so fire.
It's a little Pomeranian dog.
Oh, I love Pomeranians. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. We have tenants and now we have the same dog names. What the fuck?
Bear is currently staying with my parents because in this house, I'm allergic to cats and Aster is allergic to dogs. So we have kind of a pet Cold War going on. But yeah, she can pet my dog. He does bark at strangers though. So
is he very protective? Is he one of those small dogs that is just like?
Oh yeah, he's so loud too.
That's the same way with my parents' dog. Is that he's so tiny, but he acts and is so loud, and like if there's like a 100-pound Rottweiler in front of him, that dog stands on business. Even though the dog just swats him out of the way, he will be up in his face, barking up a storm. But at the end of the day, that dog was a sweetheart.
Yeah,
but that's crazy that we had the same dog name.
Bear, my dog does not stand on business. He's a little weenie, like he would run away. But he's got a really loud bark. So
that's cool. Oh my, that's crazy. So we just found out we have the same dog names. That's a really weird thing to have in common there. But hey, I'm messing with it. Shout out to Tapad too. Tapad,
shout out to Tay.
Awesome reactor. Make sure you guys go check her out as well. But I got another question. This one comes from another person, a member of the community, Callan B. King B the Hive. This one's a little bit of another random question, but I feel like we can go into a little bit of a conversation with this one. He's like, if you had the opportunity to give back and do something positive for the world, what would you invest your time into?
I did see this. I think I saw this one on Twitter, and I was like, I'm avoid this thread, so it's all surprises. But I did see this one, and I've always wanted to do something to do with charity work. My brother, my brother is autistic, so I think anything for autism awareness or research, and also Alzheimer's as well. A lot of my family members have sadly passed away from Alzheimer's, and I feel like
I'm sorry about that.
Give towards if I could give towards Alzheimer's research, I think that would be a cool, a good cause.
Hell yeah.
Pretty personal to me, and so I've always wanted to do like a charity stream, kind of like how you did. And I will say that your charity stream was very energizing to that idea.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And the amount of time, the amount of people who have told me either this motivated them to want to make music, or motivate them to do their own kind of event, themselves and stuff like that, was very gratifying to hear that stream motivated and just warmed so many people's hearts. Like I said, at the end of the day, it was for a good cause. If you guys don't know, the specific charity stream, we raise money, and at the time of this, we're recording this, we're still technically raising money until the end of the month, but it's for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. We just thought it was a PCRF. We just thought it was a very important cause, especially in today's with everything going on in the world. We just thought it was a very fitting. But I've also been in discussions, and I've been talking to people. I might do a big charity concert every 6 months or so, and pick a different charity for each one. So the next one might be St. Jude's. The other one might be Make-A-Wish. And it doesn't have to be those two. There's plenty of charities. But that's one thing that I've always wanted to, because the one thing when I got into content creation, the one thing that I've always wanted to do was use my platform for good in whatever way that I could. So being able to participate in these charity events and these charity streams and stuff like that, and them do well, is such a surreal thing to me, because it's the main thing that in my content creation career that I wanted to do, and I'm already doing it when I'm still on the rise as a content. I haven't even reached my peak, I feel as a content creator, and I'm already checking things off of stuff that I've wanted to do. So that's one thing that I agree. There's just charity. I want to just do as much as I can for just the world and charity, and help out as many people as possible. No matter how big, small the cause might be. That's just something that I've always wanted to do. And to hear other people kind of have those same kind of goals too, and like I said, that makes it even better that you got to participate in the charity concert. So you could say that you were a part of that. And it's just so cool to see what this community can do when you bring people together to try to do this one thing. Because I might bring it up multiple times, but this concert was just so.
Yeah.
It was such a good event, man, and it's and I just love nerdcore, man. It has its downfall, it has its downsides sometimes.
What? Really?
It has its downsides sometimes. There might be some incidents or stuff like that, but I genuinely think that the positives far outweigh the negatives, and when the community really wants to gather behind something, it's amazing and it's fantastic. So again, shout out to everybody watching this, everybody, a member whether you're an artist, whether you're just a homie, whether you're just a fan of nerdcore music, whether you're a fan of McGwire. Shout out to all you guys, man. We love the community as an entirety. So shout out to you. Also, what did you crack open? I need to know. I heard that.
Key lime LaCroix.
Gross. What? You drink that?
I do, yeah. It's
disgusting.
It helped me stop drinking soda. I just kind of the
carbonation.
Carbonation, yeah.
I feel that.
My nicotine patch. Yeah. No, I feel you on that. I think most of the other sparkling waters don't do it for me, but
I'm just not a big sparkling water guy. I don't know what it is, but
that's fair. That's fair.
See, I just drink my plain old water. That's what I drink. But I need to stop.
Really good.
I just need to stop drinking soda as well, because I'm really bad at drinking soda, and I realize how bad it is, especially at large quantities like I get. So I need to stop too. But thankfully, I drink enough water to kind of balance it out. But another question that I wanted to ask, and I was curious, I want to pick your brain a little bit. This is because I'm kind of curious what your thinking process is. But I've always been kind of curious, is like, who is somebody, and this is going to be a very hard question because you've worked with literally everybody, but is there somebody in whether it can even be mainstream at this point, is there somebody that you haven't worked with, or somebody that you just really want to work with, whether in the community, mainstream? Is there just somebody just like, yeah, that would be really cool to work with this person? Like I said, and nerdcore might be kind of hard because you've worked with virtually everybody, I feel like.
Dude. I've always wanted to work with like John Bellion. That guy is fucking brilliant.
Yep.
The rapper Kyle, I think, would be fun to work
Kyle
with.
Is underrated. Kyle, yeah, I feel like Kyle can make us like a good summer banger.
Yeah. There are a couple of indie artists that I've always really wanted to work with. There's this guy Kamau who makes amazing music.
What kind of music does he make?
He makes like music it's very inspired by his roots.
Oh, okay.
And he also has like this sort of vocally driven production that he does where he uses his voice in a very creative way that I think is super cool.
Oh, hell yeah. That's super dope.
Yeah, so a lot of artists that I would love to work with, and yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, if Kyle or Kyle, John Bellion, and Kamau, was it?
Yeah,
Kamau. If you guys, I don't know why they would be watching this, but hey, if you're watching this, hit McGwire's line. His Twitter DMs are open. Actually, I don't know. I don't actually know if they're open.
I don't know either.
But hit him up. Hit him up. Hit him up in the DMs, man. He can write you a fire verse. He can do a hook. He can do it all for it. He can make you a summer banger.
Yeah.
But hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. But another, and I feel like I'm gonna need context.
Okay.
For this one, because I saw this question, and I was a little confused. Because again, I don't have context. I'm praying that there's context to this. Otherwise, it's going to be a really weird question.
Okay.
This comes from Lord HDS. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong.
Okay.
But they were like, "How is your harmonizing to a manual screwdriver coming along? Can you show us an example?"
Yeah. No. So that's like a like a reference to a bit that I did in an interview for Geno 5 and Mix Williams, very very talented, very funny.
Oh, was this those like NPC basketball interviews? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Geno came up with this bit about me being able to harmonize with a power drill, and I just played off it, and I was like, well, hopefully by the end of this, I'll be able to harmonize with a manual screwdriver. It was just like a little funny.
So how was it coming along? How was
really
it progressing?
It's hard work. I think with hard work and dedication, we can get there by the end of the fiscal year.
You guys hear that? Coming soon. McGwire featuring manual screwdriver. What the song is about?
Me and the Ace Hardware collab.
That's
gonna go crazy.
The Ace Hardware collab is crazy. So I'm so glad that there was context. Like I said, if there was no context to that and somebody just randomly asked that, that would have been the most awkward conversation of our life.
Yeah.
And shout out to Lord HD for the question.
Shout out.
But also to go back, because you said that was for the NPC basketball interview.
Yes.
Did you play like basketball with them this year? And
I
if
did,
so,
I played last year too.
Did you play bully? Are you a bully ball? Like, do you use your massive frame to bully people?
I feel like I should be. I'm a little bit too much of a little scaredy cat on the court to properly use my size, but I really should be. I'm bigger than like 80% of the people on the court, height and
I was gonna say,
wise.
I remember, and I don't know if you remember seeing me, but I was at that pool party that you were at.
Briefly,
yeah, very very briefly before it started raining and lightning and stuff like that, and that was my first time, because this was my first NPC.
Oh yeah.
So this was me meeting people for the first time, and at that pool party, I met like a lot of people for the first time, and even though I didn't really like have a conversation with you much, I saw you for the first time, and that realization, like I could just sense that you were like a bigger dude.
Yeah.
But just seeing how massive you were, like, and I don't mean like massive like in a bad way. Just you're just a big, like I'm considered a big dude. I'm 6'2", like I'm a big dude. But you kind of towered over me a little bit. And I'm not used to it.
I'm only like 2 inches taller than you, man. Maybe I was wearing lifts or something.
I mean, maybe you just maybe I was standing a little bit farther back, and you were, so maybe it was just like a percent. I don't think me and you have ever stayed like directly next to each other. But
you know who's really tall, bro? Divide Music. That man is 6'10".
I was gonna say the funny story, because I remember seeing, I think it was the 2022 NPC. I think it was in the Chicago, and I was watching the live stream of it, like the concert live stream, and at the end where they get people like at the end when they get people on the stage, whatever they do, like the tribute, they send people off. I remember just seeing Divide, just like tall ass motherfucker, just towering over everybody in the background, looking like a giraffe. I was just like, God damn! Like he like. Standing next to DPS, he emasculated. Like, I felt emasculated standing next to DPS. I can only imagine what that's just like standing next to Divide.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, I was completely missed him. I don't think he was at NPC this year. That would have been really cool to stand next to him and just feel emasculated. But I'm realizing, because where I'm from, a lot of people are just generally short. So I'm used to being like a taller guy. At NPC, there was so many times where I'm just like, you tall ass mother. And I'm just like, there were so many like big people, and I'm just like, I'm not used to it, man. I'm used to being the big guy. I'm used to being that guy that everybody physically looks up to. So it was weird seeing so many tall people like I said, like yourself, like a DPS, like I haven't met Divide, but I know that's one tall dude. And just I felt emasculated in that moment. So I want you to be partially responsible for that. for taking away my masculinity for a brief second.
Yeah, no problem,
bro. Oh, but and I got another. There's another question. Again, many people drop questions in this, so I'm sorry. I want to get to as many people as possible. So I apologize if we just keep going back to these questions.
Yeah.
But this one comes from Days, I don't know if it's Days or Daisy, the artist. Okay. But they ask, do you have any go-to songs that you like to sing, or any that you find fits your voice really well?
That Teddy Swims song, that I lose control. You're not next to me.
See, that even you just singing it right now. Even you just singing it right now, man. I could have swore I was just listening to Teddy Swims right now.
I love that genre of singing.
Gotcha.
I also love boy band era music when I'm going to karaoke.
Dude, boy bands are my shits.
NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, like
absolutely,
I'm all over that shit.
Absolutely, you play some Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. Hell, if you want to go recent, you play some one fucking Direction. I can.
Sure, yeah.
I'll jam out to that stuff too. It's not as it doesn't hit the same like a Backstreet Boys or an NSYNC. But I can get down to some One Direction if you play that.
They got some heaters. Absolutely. They got some heaters. 5 Seconds of Summer.
5 Seconds of Summer. Yep, that's a very good one. Yep, yes, sir. Boy bands are my shit. That's like a guilty pleasure. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. I remember seeing the resurgence of Bye 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 with NSYNC because of the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, and everybody like, oh my god, NSYNC is like so good. For making this like, man. Like, yeah, you Gen Zers probably didn't even know who NSYNC was before any of this stuff, man. My old ass was bumping those guys growing up.
Hey, I don't know, bro. They were in the Trolls movies.
True. But let's be honest. Did anybody watch the Trolls movies?
I don't know. I saw a lot of clips on TikTok, so I got to assume they did. Yeah, all the songs and shit. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I've never heard anybody ever talk about the Trolls movie.
That's crazy.
I didn't even realize it existed until you brought it back. Until you brought it back up, I didn't even realize. I completely forgot it existed. But shout out to all the boy bands. I'm just waiting for the day that Nerdcore develops its own boy band in some aspect, or you just get like, you just get already established artists, like you get like a McGwire, a Cam Steady. Who else would fit that boy band? I'm trying to come up with on the spot. I'm doing terribly, but just imagine like a Nerdcore boy band.
I'm not gonna say too much. Oh, but in like a month or so.
Oh, we got a little Peep Lounge exclusive little teaser. Oh shit. We might be making waves to a future Nerdcore boy band. Okay, I'm here for it. But of course, he can't dive deeper. Unfortunately, I would love to pry about that, but I'm not going to.
I need to make sure the song is mixed first.
Hell yeah!
I got all the art and everything, but
hey, you heard nothing, you saw nothing. It's like I'm a Men in Black, you guys, right now. You guys just forgot the last 30 seconds of this conversation.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but another question, and this comes from people in their Twitter names, Russ. One damn it karma. Shout out to them on Twitter.
Shout out.
Random question. It's gonna be straight to the point. It's
okay.
Ham or cheese?
Cheese.
Yeah.
I love ham. But I feel like I couldn't go without cheese.
Absolutely.
And I'm lactose intolerant. And
are you really?
Yeah, a little bit. I wasn't when I was a kid, but I learned that you can just become lactose intolerant as you mature into an adult.
That's crazy.
And, yeah, I'm a little lactose intolerant, but I couldn't cut out cheese. If you asked me.
Is it bad enough where you got because I'm pretty sure most lactose intolerant, if they want to do something like that, they gotta take like a like medication or stuff like that. Is that what you have to do, or do you kind of just like
I weather the storm.
I was gonna say, do you kind of just take it and weather the storm, or do you like?
I do, yeah.
Damn. I mean, like you said, I don't think it was. I don't think it's that bad, like you were saying or whatnot. But I
just get a little gassy.
Gross.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine being lactose intolerant, man, because I just enjoy way too much, like ice cream.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
I can't miss out on some ice cream, bro. I'm sorry. I like and Oreos and milk. That's my favorite go-to snack, midnight snack. Oreos and a nice glass of milk. I couldn't imagine being lactose intolerant. I would literally be miserable. I couldn't do it.
I've been dieting, and like I still like I found this low-calorie ice cream so that I could still have ice cream.
Oh hell yeah! What's your go-to ice cream flavor?
Well, so I'm boring. My go-to ice cream flavor is vanilla.
Oh my! You don't put any toppings or like no syrup,
sprinkles.
Man, plain Jane.
I'm as plain as can be. But the vanilla flavor for the low-calorie ice cream is dog shit. So I go strawberry with that. Their strawberry is really good.
Oh, what brand is it, if you don't mind me asking?
It's Halo Top.
Oh yeah, I know exactly that brand. A lot of people in my family eat that same brand.
I think they're using something that's different than sugar
to
like make it
like a substitute. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's less noticeable in like a strawberry ice cream.
Gotcha. See, my go-to. You can't go wrong with a nice chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, man. There's just something about I can eat cookie dough.
Oh,
just like if there was if I ever have like safe to eat cookie dough, because obviously you're not supposed to eat cookie dough, and this is like but the people there's safe to eat cookie dough, man. I'll be munching on that like popcorn.
I think there is. I feel like there's gotta be, right?
Yeah, I know there is, but I'm just saying if I ever have some, it's gone by the end of the night.
Contact with
it's gone by the end of the night, man. And especially in ice cream. Oh my god! I don't know.
What is your okay, I have like a guilty pleasure food, and it's a guilty pleasure food in that like when I tell people what it is, and I don't eat them anymore. I used to eat them all the time.
Okay.
And that's part of the reason why I ballooned up. Those fucking grocery store cookies with like the frosting on them, like the soft.
Those have no reason being that good. I don't know what it is. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So many people hate them. I say that, and they're like, "What the fuck?" I like that. I like candy corn. I like the fucking the conversation hearts, like the little chalky conversation.
Bro, yes.
Yeah.
I love all that shit.
Yeah,
I'm in the minority here too, because a lot of people here hate candy corn. I
got so much heat.
I can munch on candy corn like nobody's business. Those sugar cookies from Walmart, dude. Yeah, they have no reason being that good. I don't know what they gotta lace those with like drugs or something. Because there ain't no way that those are that good. They're probably dog shit for you in terms of like health.
For sure, yeah. That's why when crumble cookies became a thing, that was awful for me, bro, because they would sell like pink sugar cookies, but like crumble cookies are like this fucking big. And like they come in packs of 4, and I remember I would like eat a whole thing. And this is just gonna sound depressing to me. I ate a whole thing of crumble cookies by myself.
No worries.
I'm doing better now, guys. I'm losing weight.
Hey, here's the thing. I could probably. Here's the thing. We don't have crumble cookie where I'm at, so I don't have the ability to. I've never had the ability to try crumble cookie, but I see people like eating crumble cookies on the TikTok For You page and stuff like that. Those cookies, I don't know, they look so good. Some of those cookies look like masterpieces.
Now,
and I salivate.
A lot of them are so not good when you think they're gonna be good.
Really,
the only reason the sugar cookies were so good to me was that they were like refrigerated, so they weren't making them like in store. They were just like sent and refrigerated. And I guess maybe it was the store I was at was making really, really shitty like brown Pop-Tart like the brown sugar Pop-Tart one was so bad.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer because brown sugar Pop-Tarts are so good.
I was gonna say the brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts, mad underrated, a classic. But for me, and I don't know how you feel about them, I have to heat them up.
I can respect that. Yeah.
I know. Obviously, you can eat them just straight out of the packaging and stuff like that, but they're so good if you heat them. Like I'm talking about the brown sugar cinnamon ones in particular.
They're made to be put in a toaster. Like, you
exactly.
know, it's fucking, yeah.
But it's out of convenience. A lot of the times I don't. I just take them out of the package because a lot of times I just grab them and I use it as like a snack on my way to work or something. So I just like grab and go.
Yeah. I used to have the same feeling about Krispy Kreme donuts. Like, I couldn't eat them not warm. Like,
dude,
that's like
once you have a warm donut, it's life changing. I don't know what it is. It's life changing. Don't mind us. We're two reformed. Actually, he is reformed. I'm not. We're just two resident big guys relating about food real quick.
This is like me because I just cut out a bunch of sugar recently. Like I had already cut out sodas and like a bunch of other stuff, but I cut out even more pretty recently. So this is me. I'm still like on the withdrawal side of things. He's in
the reminiscing stage where he's looking back and like, man, those were so good.
Some of that shit I haven't had in like years, bro.
See, after this,
donut in so long.
After this, I'm gonna go to Walmart and buy a pack of those sugar cookies. So I hope you. I hope you know that. I hope you realize what you did.
For me. Eat it for me.
I'll make sure to send you a video of me taking that first bite.
yeah, please.
But actually, that's crazy that we got onto this topic because somebody's question was, what is McGwire's comfort food? Like, sit down and watch some and just be happy,
bro. It's so stupid, and people make fun of me for this shit. I take a whole watermelon, I split it in half, and I eat it with a spoon.
Hey, that's valid though. Honestly, that's kind of valid.
That was the thing I had to cut out because it's like, technically a watermelon is good for you, but like, man, I can't keep doing that.
I mean, that's very efficient way of going about it because that's literally you literally got your bowl right there. You don't need bowl. You don't need to worry about dirtying a bowl or plate or anything like that. You literally have it right there, and you literally just grab it. That's a crazy visual, by the way. I want everybody at home to just picture McGwire sitting on his couch with a bowl of watermelon, just eating it out, scooping it out with a spoon. You guys can't get that image out of your head now, can you? Because I can't.
There's a video that Freshy Canal took at one of the NPCs where he's like panning through the B&B, and I'm sat there with like a watermelon. So it's like,
where's this video? I need to see this. I think
it's on Twitter. I'm pretty sure.
This past NPC?
No, this was like 23, I think.
Oh, this is last year. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I was already starting to phase it out a little bit.
Yeah. Dude, I need that visual in my life. I just need to see just McGwire just scooping out a watermelon. I can only imagine he probably got like a comically large spoon as well.
Oh no, bro. The tech is you get like a smaller spoon, you can eat it for longer. I'm a sweat, bro. I'm basically playing ranked hillbilly watermelon eating.
Oh man, dude, that's fantastic. I love that. I love that so. Shout out to Ultra Chapo, by the way. I didn't say his name when he asked that question, but that was his question. But that's crazy to just even picture just McGwire just spooning down a watermelon. So what do you do with the other half then? Do you just save it for the next time, or like what?
I usually at this point, like, I used to save the other half, but like that was when I lived with my parents. Now I just usually like cut the other half up and I put it in like little containers so I can have it throughout the week.
Gotcha.
You want to know how bad this got though?
What's up?
Dean, ask me what the produce code for watermelon is.
There's no way. Actually, no. What is the produce code for watermelon? Please enlighten me.
Seedless watermelon is 4032. Look it up.
There's no way you have that memorized.
I do.
Because here's the thing, I kind of relate to that because watermelon is my favorite fruit as well.
It's gas.
Dude, watermelon is so good. Nice, good watermelon, a ripe watermelon on a hot summer day. There's probably probably nothing better. Honestly, I was kind of offended at the pool party that they did. Wait, did they have watermelon?
They did. I ate some of it.
I must have missed out on it because I didn't eat no goddamn water. But god damn it, I missed out on some. Crazy, bro. I missed out on some watermelon.
Maybe that was last year's. They had it at last year's. I don't know if they had it this year's. I was very briefly there at this year's.
Yeah, so I was gonna say. I think you were there for like 5-10 minutes or something like that. You had the worst time. Yeah. You had the worst. The minute you showed up, it's like you brought a storm with you. It sucks too because it was kind of like off and on raining that entire weekend. Unfortunately.
Hold on, Cam said he's calling me. 1 second.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Hey Cam, I'm on a podcast. Can I call you back?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you something about R. Kelly since I know you're a big fan, but
yeah.
If this is not a good time, because I know that you haven't talked about him publicly in a little while, so I don't know if you're saving up for a special occasion too.
Yeah, I was sort of waiting for kind of waiting for later to bring up my undying love.
I just wanted to let you know that I don't feel comfortable with the tickets that you're trying to give me. I want you to enjoy the concert by yourself, but I don't think you're gonna find somebody to go with, bro.
Oh, okay. What if he does I Believe I Can Fly? Does that change anything for you?
R. Kelly sings that song?
Yeah, that's his song.
Wow, you would know.
Fuck you, bro. All right, I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
That motherfucker.
Oh my god. Hey, do I have permission to leave that in at all? Or?
Yeah, fuck it.
Because that was legitimately the best thing to ever come out of this Peep Lounge. So we're not gonna dive any deeper into the topics of that conversation at all.
We used to do shit where like we'd be on the phone and one of us would be going through like a fast food line and we would try to say something like as embarrassing as possible.
The minute you said that you were on a podcast, his mind just like flipped. It was like, okay,
I knew it. No, I said I was on a podcast because I knew he was going to pull some shit like that, and I want you to have the clip. I'm charitable, bro.
Dude, I'm going to use that clip in the promotion of that video. People are going to be like, what the fuck are they talking about R. Kelly for? What the fuck? Shout out to Cam Steady. That was fun.
Shout out to Cam Steady.
That dude be funny sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's also talented as well.
Is this the second call-in? I saw that DPS called Oracadia or something during.
No, it's funny story, and I'll talk about it because his episode is coming out later this week at the time of this recording, so it'll be out at this time. Awesome. But legitimately, I had called Oracadia and we had planned this date, whatever, blah blah blah, and he said that he was ready to go, so I called him. He was literally like when he picked up, he was already on a FaceTime with DPS. And he was just casually. At least if I heard him correctly, DPS was just kind of just chilling on the call, mixing or doing whatever it is a DPS does, while Oracadia was just talking on the Peep Lounge or whatever. And he made just random appearances. Yo, I brought my father with me, and he just like flashed him to the camera and stuff like that.
That's great.
So that you and Camp Steady have the second call-in of the Peep Lounges. They're almost becoming like a routine at this point. Like I don't know if I'll be able to bring in anybody else if they don't have anybody else to call in.
Right? Yeah.
But honestly, actually,
I mean,
oops, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, if Aster was here, she probably would have burst through that door.
Dude, I can just
at some point during.
I feel like it would be so Aster, like if we were just in the middle of the recording and they just kick that door down behind you, just like.
It is some shit that they would pull, yeah.
I don't know what it is about them, but I can just picture them just busting that door down.
It's just objectively funny. I used to, when I lived with Cam, I used to love letting my roommates do bits where while I was streaming, I would just be like, if you want to come into my room, come into my room, but just like do a bit.
Yeah.
Like it's just really funny.
It makes for content, man. It makes for good content. It makes for good clips. Actually, I think I've seen one or two clips of people coming into your room and doing bits and shit like that. Like really old clips of McGwire. Some clips that they don't need to be brought up anymore because they're like old. But but dude, I just love that. It just seems like whatever you're doing, I kind of brought this up on the day of the concert, where it's just like you just always seem like you're just like this ball of energy and charisma, and you just ooze like personality. You're just always just like you always try to be like a life of the party type. And I always respect it because it's not, even though it might appear online that I'm just like this outgoing person, I'm the exact opposite person in real life. I'm completely like introverted. Like I stay in my own shell. So seeing somebody like you always cracking jokes and like showing so much charisma and personality and having fun and so, like I envy you almost a little bit.
Bro, I don't leave the house.
No, but it's just like every time I see you, whether I see you at like at an NPC or I see you at like if I see clips of you like in somebody's stream or something like that, you're always just like cracking jokes, having fun. And it's
I do try to do that. I'm also pretty introverted too, so like if you see me at like a con, like I'm having a great time. I'm like mixed introverted, extroverted, because like I have a fucking blast at cons, and then I'll go home and I'll like sleep for 4 days and not leave my room. So it's like
that's me, and my extrovertedness is very situational. Because a lot of the times, like if I'm comfortable with somebody, like if me and you have known each other for years and whatever, and we're comfortable with one another, I'm gonna be the one cracking jokes, yada yada yada, because I'm comfortable with you. But like at an NPC and in crowd settings, like at that pool party, I'll use that example. We keep coming back to it, but I was like, I knew who everybody was, but I've never really interacted with people, so I'm just like, I don't want to interact with anybody that doesn't interact with me. Like it's just because I was nervous and stuff like that. And I'll be ashamed to. I'm not ashamed to admit that, but it's just like it's very situational with me on what side of Dean that you get. So I kind of relate to that too, where it's very situational. It's almost like a switch almost. Like I could just turn it off on and on depending on the situation. But I didn't realize I figured you were just like a ball of just like extrovertedness. I didn't realize you had introverted tendencies.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm around my friend, I think a lot of people mistake the fact that I'm just loud as extrovertedness. I guess I am a pretty like an overall relatively cheerful person.
Yeah,
so it's like I think that definitely sort of adds to the whole thing.
Yeah, you know. And it's just like that charisma also like comes through like in music too. Because like I said at that concert, we keep coming back to this pool party and the concert. I apologize, but at the concert I mentioned just like watching you just perform and stuff like that, and just like that, like your charisma and your performance, it makes everybody around just feel good, and it's infectious. Like watching you perform with some people's set, because unfortunately I didn't make the VIP party at NPC this year, so I know you had like your own set there. So unfortunately I missed it, but I saw pictures, I saw clips. It looked like it went crazy. But what I saw at the NPC actual concert, you helping out with people's sets and being brought in as like a feature or a hype man or whatever it was, just seeing like how into it and just like how much like you were like sitting on the edge of the stage high-fiving people, just showing, and it's just like it's something about that is infectious. I don't know what it is. Like I feel like that's just something that is just you can't teach. Like that's just, and it just seems like you were just born to make music and perform and do just be a part of this community. Like it seems like this is your calling.
I love performing so much.
Yeah,
I genuinely do. I feel like I definitely feed off of crowds a lot. I would say though that it is something you can teach. I had to be basically coached into where I'm at by like Cam and Game Boy and a lot of my friends. And I would watch clips on YouTube of like artists I wanted to like emulate.
Okay.
To like, because I've been going on stage and doing performances for like a long, long time, even pre McGwire. But like, it's weird. It's hard sometimes to come off as like comfortable and not like rehearsed. I think is like the big thing that comes off as like the most authentic. It's just like there's like a line you ride, and I love it. It's I live for those moments on stage.
Hell yeah, dude. And like you were saying, like you have plenty of live performing experience under your belt. So do you have any like for any up and coming artists who might be watching this, smaller nerdcore artists who might want to start getting into live performing, or at some point, do you have any like tips or tricks or anything like that could be served beneficial to them at all?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Here's my sort of rundown.
Okay, the McGwire crash course in live performing 101 right here.
Performing in front of a mirror so you can see what you're doing is so important, or like filming yourself and like looking back. You're essentially doing like VOD review and shit. And like you watch through, you're like, okay, does this look good? Does it look like I'm comfortable? What am I doing with my hands? I watched a lot of like Jack Harlow, T-Pain performances because of like natural energy on stage. The big one, if you're gonna be like singing, is the big thing that makes a performance like super, super good, in my opinion, is like when an artist has really stellar breath control on stage, even when they're moving around. And the best way to get that is like I'm a really, really big guy. But if you practice a song, you go on a walk, you go on a run, and you just sing your set, or you get on a fucking treadmill and you like do your shit jumping up and down. It's like, you're basically training a muscle. And I'm not at the level of like Ariana Grande on the exercise bikes and shit, but it's like if you can seem like you're like, if you can combine the moving around and like capturing a whole space, and you sound like you're not like out of breath, like that's the holy grail right there.
Hell yeah. And shout out to McGwire, because he just dropped some absolute gems on you. So anybody out there who's an up and coming artist or a smaller artist who either is just getting started in like their live performing career, or at some point wants to get it held. There might be some people out there who one day want to rock like an NPC stage or something like that. McGwire just gave you some good starting gems and some things to consider when you do it.
And when it all boils down to it, just like practice, like get up there, go to like an open mic, go perform where you can. Like experience is experience.
I was gonna say, because not everybody has the ability to like just perform at conventions right away, like performing at any anime conventions or anything like that. So even performing like at a local bar,
karaoke, open mic, fuck it,
like a bar or an open mic, or just for these small like these small events, like they might not seem big and grandiose or like these big things, but it helps you. So when those opportunities do come where you can perform, like might have the opportunity to perform at a convention, when you do get to that point, that performance is going to be crazy because you had all of this experience doing all these like smaller stuff or whatever. So don't ever feel like, I only get like these like little small venues type. Like those venues help out way more than you can. I'm not even a musician, and I understand the importance of being it, like just repetition and practicing, like use those opportunities to like practice what you want to do, what not to do, like and you're not going to be perfect. Obviously you're not going to be perfect off rip unless you're like a natural prodigy, which, let's be honest, hardly anybody is. You got to be like in the top 1%. unless your name is McGwire.
Yeah, man, I've never been bad.
Yeah, McGwire's never had a bad performance in his life. Never, not one. His high school talent show, he killed that shit. Another quick thing that I wanted to talk about before I send you on your way, because this will be kind of like the last topic, and I wanted to get. I like picking people's brains about this as well. Is obviously, and this goes for not even just as musicians, just anybody in a creation space. We all kind of go through like mental slumps, or like in your case, maybe go through like a writer's block or something like that. It happens to literally everybody. And I like hearing what specific people do to like kind of get out of that funk, or like what do they do to kind of help that situation. So like if you're ever going through like a slump or like a writer's block or anything like that, like what do you do to try to like overcome that slump?
So when I first started out, I was weekly, which is like such a unique challenge. And the way that I would, whenever I felt burnout creeping up, I would just like consume a bunch of media from like a different genre and then like try that. I would try to like try new things. Sometimes like I need I think the thing that has helped me avoid a burnout and writer's block is just having my friends around who are just as passionate about shit as I am, and like hardworking, and I've definitely still, you know, experienced writer's block. I've got so many fucking scrap songs, and but I don't know. I feel like just either sometimes if I have to like not make music for like a little bit, that's fine. I'll like listen to a bunch of music, or I'll like, you know, do something that really gets my creative juices flowing. And then I'm back.
Hell yeah.
It's like, you know.
And having, like you said, having that like support system, or like those friends around you who are
really important.
I was gonna say that, because even me, like I have a bunch of friends in the creator space where it's just like if I'm ever going through like a slump, I can kind of like fall back on those guys because they kind of have like the same mindset, and they kind of have like the same goals. Similar to, I'm assuming, like the people that you can fall back onto as well, where you guys kind of like are in the same space. You guys kind of both like, you have friends who kind of go through the same stuff that you do. So they're like, if you're ever going through something, you can easily fall back on them. They can point you in the right direction. They can motivate you. They can help you out in any way that they can. So having like a support system like that is very, very valuable. Absolutely. There's been many times where it's just like I would have let like a slump or something like that overcome me to the point where it's just like I would have maybe have been away and just completely like stopped, because I was just like I was just completely out of it. But I had like a good support system that I could have fallen back onto, and good friends I could fall back onto that kind of like helped me get myself out of a rut. So having friends like that who kind of like in the similar field or the same field as you is highly beneficial, because they know what you're going through as well. So I like that answer. I like that answer a lot. And I like talking about it because, like I said, anybody who's ever been in like a creating, hell, some people, you don't even have to really be in a creation space. Like everybody just kind of goes through like those mental like slumps and down points where they feel like either mental exhaustion or like in musicians' case, writer's block or anything like that. And I feel like not a lot of people really publicly talk about those kind of things. So I kind of like talking about it, and kind of also for the people at home too who like are artists and stuff like that. They kind of, you get like a jump start. It's like, okay, so like this is what so and so does or whatever, and so if it ever happens to them, they can kind of have like an idea. So it helps them out. So that's, I like talking about that kind of stuff just because I feel like it's a very interesting conversation to talk about. So I appreciate it. But McGwire, I think, let me double check. I think we answered all of the Twitter questions. Actually, I think we got through them all. We did.
Ooh.
I got through them all. So shout out to everybody who shout out to everybody who submitted a question for this episode. But I don't really I think we kind of covered all of the topics that I wanted to talk about, McGwire. So I think that's it for you. So what I'd like to normally have people do at the end of these. You good?
Yeah, sorry. A text came up on screen from someone I didn't recognize.
It's like, I'm behind you.
Yeah.
But what I have people normally do at the end of these, take some time, tell the people at home where to find you, where to stream your music, any future projects that you can talk about, or anything that you got in the works coming up. Let the people know at home where to find you and what you got cooked up.
Yeah, sure. If you want to find me, I'm always at least 150 feet away from you, always getting closer, never further away. But there's no need to fear. I don't mean you any harm. You can catch me on my channel, youtube.com/Zach B. And if you want to listen to my music, my band is called Daughtry. Thank you.
Oh God. The Daughtry reference is crazy. It's been like 10 years since I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys heard him. If you guys want to go stream his music, make sure you guys go check out Zach B's channel on YouTube. That is definitely this guy that we have on the Peep Lounge today, and definitely nobody else. And if you see a guy with some binoculars, a couple buildings down, watching you, no, you don't. Shout out to McGwire though, for real. If you guys aren't for some reason, if you're watching this, you might not be familiar with McGwire. First off, what the fuck? And number two, make sure you guys go stream his music on all platforms. I'm assuming all platforms. Dude is massively talented, and I promise you, if you're a fan of Nerdcore, you probably have heard him at some point, because like I said, this dude has literally touched every aspect or every section of Nerdcore, and I just realized how out of context that phrase is wild. But so make sure you guys go stream his music. Dude is magically gifted and uber talented, so make sure you guys go show McGwire some love on YouTube. Go watch all of his videos, all that stuff. Follow him on all the social medias, whatnot. Run up his entire catalog. It's a big catalog, but I believe in you. And then when you guys finish the catalog, I'm gonna need you guys to go repeat it, put it on loop, and re-listen to everything again. Give him that watch time. Give him his money that he deserves. Give him that money so he can go buy some more watermelon and eat watermelon bowls.
Yeah, bro, just give me my fucking give me my money.
Oh, shout out to McGwire again. I appreciate you for being a part of this episode. I can't wait for people at home to listen to it. And guys, let me know what you guys thought of the episode. And let me know. Do I need to get McGwire maybe like a year down the line? Get him on a part 2 of this? Maybe a part 2? Who knows? Hey, who knows? Who knows what the cards hold? So I'm a man of the people, so if you guys want it and McGwire wants it, can make it happen. So you guys just got to let me know, and also let me know down below too, and who are some other guests I like how he's just completely freeze frame. But let me know down below who are some other people you would like to see me get on the Peep Lounge, and I'll try to make that happen. Again, everybody say thank you to McGwire right now. There's gonna be like a little sound bite, everybody saying thank you, and there's gonna be like applause and like encores and shit.
Wow.
But in reality, there's just gonna be nothing but complete silence. It's just gonna be dead.
Silence.
Exactly. But everybody, go show love to McGwire. I appreciate you guys for tuning into this episode of the Peep Lounge. And with that being said, make sure you guys are staying safe, taking care of yourself. Tell a loved one that you love them, because at the end of the day, you just never know. And I shall see you guys in the next episode. Peace.